In this video, we're going to talk to you about how to leverage your testimonials. All right, now let's talk about this. So testimonials are, to me, the most powerful tool that you can use to show your prospect that what you're doing and your skill set is phenomenal. And the most important thing is you want to use other people to tell the story for you. Okay, so I always get asked the question, well, Matt, how do I ask people to do a testimonial and what do I ask them? Well, the first thing is you just ask them if they want to do a testimonial. It's really not more complicated than that. But the real reason why people don't ask for people to do testimonials is they don't know what the hell to ask. So I'm going to give you the 4 questions to ask to get killer testimonials that will create a flood of new patients ready and willing and able to buy from you. All right, here we go. Here's the first question. The first question that you ask your prospect, or your testimonial, I should say, the first question that you ask them, and by the way, before I go any further, you might wonder, how do you shoot the testimonial? Well, I have in my hand here this phone. It's an iPhone. Some of you use Androids. And what's really cool is they all have video capability. Hey, I'm Matthew Galogli, and I'm a Maverick. Well, what is a Maverick? A Maverick goes against the grain. We find our own way. And if you're sick and tired of being pushed around by the insurance companies, come join us. We'll show you the way out. And you'll love medicine again. And all we do is we just record the video using our cell phone. That's all we do. That's how you get started. You don't need to go buy any fancy equipment. Just make sure you have some good lighting and you're close enough to hear what they're saying. So the first question that you're going to ask them is, when did you know that something was wrong and you needed to change? When did you know that something was wrong and you needed to make a change? Okay. That question, you always want to start, I want you to think of your testimonial as you're telling a story. And all great stories are about struggle and victory. Struggle and victory. If you think about every great movie that we've ever watched, it's always about struggle and victory, because that's what we want to see, right? We want to see good triumphing over evil. And the evil in this case is the pain, or the weight gain, or the hot flashes, or the lack of sex, or whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so that question again is, when did you know that something needed to change, that something needed to be fixed? Okay, you want them talking to the camera about what happened, what triggered it. What was it? They were playing football and they re-injured their knee, or they're playing golf and their elbow blew out when they hit their 4-iron fat on number 8, whatever it was. Okay, that's first thing. Then the second thing is you have to ask them, what was life like before the procedure? What was life like before the procedure? And you're going to get a lot of the same stuff. So by the way, don't bypass this. You want every single prospect who's giving you, or every single patient who's giving you a testimonial, to tell this story. And the more they can go into that story, like my story is that, when did I know that it happened with my elbow? I hit a 4-iron on number 8 in the opening day tournament. And as soon as I hit it, I knew I blew my elbow out. And I couldn't pick up a glass of water. My elbow blew up to the size of like 3 times its normal size. It looked like there was a baseball underneath it. I couldn't sleep. I was frustrated. I couldn't work out. I couldn't do any of the things that I like to do. Okay. The third question that you're going to ask them, this third question is, when did you know that it was the right answer or the right solution for your problem? Think about it like that. When did you know, ask the patient, when did you know that you had found the right answer? And what they're going to do is they're going to tell you basically their customer journey. And that customer journey is going to be a lot like what your current patient or prospect is going through now. Well, I went online and I started researching this and I found a lot of doctors, and, I found this guy, or I found this solution or that solution, and I tried a sleeve and I tried ice and I did this and I did that. And then I stumbled along the videos from this doctor, and it felt like this doctor was talking specifically to me about my situation. Okay. And then the fourth and final question is, when did it start to work? When did it start to work? Now, here's what's amazing. Doctors always get concerned about getting video testimonials or any type of testimonials because They believe in their head that the prospect is expecting 100% relief. And I can tell you to this day, my elbow is only at about 80%, but 80% is a hell of a lot better than 20%. So I don't expect my elbow to be like I was 25 again. There's limits on how much I can practice. There's limits on how much golf I can play. I have to ice it after I play. Still to this day, 9 months later, there's a little bit of tenderness and soreness still to it to this day. Okay, if I play multiple days in a row or I hit a lot of golf balls, the elbow's gonna hurt. But I know structurally it's sound. We've had the MRI, we've done all of that stuff. But I'm just happy with 80%. Look, at mid 50s, hell, 80% is better than some of my friends that are 40%, right? Like, we know what the aging process can be like. You know, like if I get hair restoration, I'm not expecting to have the hair that I had, these big, beautiful locks that I had when I was in my 20s. I just want to look a little bit better than I am now. Okay? That's how your prospect is going to think about it. So don't think that you have to get them to, like, you know, you're making the lame walk and, you know, the blind see again. No, people just want to get back to like 70% or 80%. And actually, the more they tell that story and they tell it in that vein of, look, I'm not 100%, but I'm 80%, the more believable it's going to be. So leverage these. Don't be afraid to let other people tell the rest of the world in your community about what an amazing doctor you are. It's the highest form of a compliment that you can get, and it's the most powerful way for you to get new patients in your door who are ready, willing, and able to be fixed, and they look at you and say, Doc, I want you to fix my problem. Hey, do you want some more really great insights, tips, and tricks so that you can really leverage your testimonials to massively grow your cash practice and finally tell your insurance companies to go take a hike? Well, tell you what you do. All you do is get this book. It's called The Anatomy of a Seven-Figure Medical Practice, and it's the exact blueprint that we use to scale our practices from $0 to $6.5 million in 18 months. Oh, and by the way, it's the same blueprint used by hundreds and hundreds of doctors in the US and Canada to grow their practices as well. Get the book. It's full of great insights and tools to show you how to scale your practice quickly. Just click the link below and you'll be on your way to getting the book for free.